Good morning, children. Again, we are here to continue Chapter 10 Development of Civilization, and this is Lecture 3. In my previous session, we discussed about the city planning, which was divided into two parts: citadel and lower town. Citadel, central part of the city, which was the city was being made on a raised platform. At a higher level, this citadel was found, and it consisted of important buildings like Great Bath, Granary, and also Town Hall. We discussed in detail the construction, the importance of all these important buildings, why it was being made that time. The second part of city planning was lower town, which was inhabited by small merchants, craftsmen, and laborers. We also discussed about the houses, how it was made. It was made on both ends of the roads, and the streets were cut at 90 degree, that is right angle, and it was made with baked bricks, stones and wood, and the houses were of 2 or 3 stories. And the streets were made in such a way that the winds can clean from one end to the other. Today we are going to discuss the drainage system of Indus Valley civilization. During the Indus Valley civilization, the drainage system was well planned and constructed. It was made in such a nice way that to drain the dirty water out of the city. And the drains were covered with bricks and stones which could be easily removed. That means when there was a necessity to clean the drain, these bricks and stones could be easily removed. And the houses of the drain of each houses was joined with the main drains. So the drains of bathroom and kitchens of each and every houses was joined with the main drain, and again the water of this drain, the dirty water of this main drain, used to fall into the big drain of the city. Next is your occupation. Children, as I told you that you will find a very common thing in every civilization of Bronze Age, like farming, pottery making, trade. These were the common occupations been followed in every civilization. So here also in the occupation, farming, weaving, pottery making, toy making, trading, that is export and import of items, was been prevalent there. The soil was so much fertile there that the crops were grown over there. And which were the main crops there grown? Cotton, wheat and barley. So the cultivation was done very nicely because the soil was very fertile, and also the farmers knew the different methods of irrigation. How to irrigate the fields, how to water the fields, they knew it very well. And canals, reservoirs, wells were constructed there for storing the water. Even the farmers used equipments or you can say weapons were used for farming. That is plough, sickles. So we cannot say that the farmers were outdated. They were using these machines, these weapons for farming. And as cotton was grown in a very large scale, so it promoted textile industry. What it promoted? Textile industry. And apart from this textile industry, pottery was also a popular industry that time. Means the different things which was made out of clay, the pots which was been made, it was properly baked, it was a glazed one and properly decorated. Even for farming and for other activities, the people domesticated animals like ox, buffalo, goat, sheep, pig and camel. Now these animals were domesticated for different purposes. Sometimes it was used for farming, sometimes it was used for transportation, and sometimes it was also used for other purposes. So the people used different animals, and these were the animals which was domesticated by the people. Next we come to the Indus Valley were very much expert in making terracotta. Now what do you mean by this terracotta? Terracotta means unglazed and reddish brown. Means no glazing was there, no polishing was been made, and it was reddish brown color. You will see that when the clay are baked, it becomes reddish brown color. So the toys, the sculptures of animals was unglazed one and reddish brown color, which was called terracotta. But the greatest artistic skill was the seals. You know what is seal? People were very much expert in this artistic skill of making seals. Now, seals were used to make sealing or for trading. And what does this helps to know? This seals, how it helps us to know about the history? It helps us to know about the script of that time. It also helps us to know about the trade, how the trade was carried, how it was been carried by land route or by sea route, which items were traded. Then it also tells us about the religious beliefs of the people. So the greatest artistic skill was the seals of Indus Valley civilization. And in these seals, the picture of animals, flowers and also other symbols were used, which was of religious importance. As I told you, it also indicates the religious beliefs of the people. Even apart from that, terracotta and seals, many bronze tools and statues have been also discovered. This is the bronze statue of a dancing girl, which is made out of a bronze metal. So, as it is a Bronze Age, mixture of copper and tin metal, so many bronze casting was been made. Many bronze tools and statues was been discovered that time, which indicates the mastery of the artisans. Like for example, the seals of Pashupati. Pashupati means like this, Pashupati. So, the seals of Pashupati shows belief in Shiva. Pashupati is related to Lord Shiva. So, it shows that if we find the seals of Pashupati, that indicates that the people of Indus Valley believed in Lord Shiva. Even the unicorn seals, can you see here the picture of unicorn seals? These unicorn seals have also mythical beliefs. Mythical means when you imagine something, a sort of suppose you are thinking something, a matter of imagination. So, unicorn seals were also showing a mythical beliefs. So, these were all the artistry skills of the people of Indus Valley civilization. Now we come to the climate. The climate of Indus Valley civilization was moist, having moist climate, and due to this moist climate, the forest was very much thick. And due to the thick forest, thick means very dense, and due to this thick and dense forest, it provided timber. Timber means you will see like this logs of wood. Logs of wood. So this type of timber was being provided from the thick forest for making kilns and for building boats. Kilns means that when in an oven you bake something, or it was also used for drying the wood. So it was used for kilns and for building boats. And for what purposes boats were used? Boats were used for internal and external trade, because that time mainly the trade was carried through sea and land route. So these boats helped in sea route, and through land routes they took the help of camels, bullock carts. As I told you that the people used to domesticate animals for different purposes. They used those animals for farming. They also used it for transportation, land transport, and they also used for different purposes, for carrying the things from one place to another. Then also the wool of the sheep was used for different purposes, because weaving and spinning was also very much prevalent during Indus Valley civilization. Next is, apart from this trade, the people also used weights and measures of slate and stones. Nowadays you will see electronic weighing machine is there, but that time stones were used. Even nowadays you will also see that like this you will see some weighing machines, 5 kg, 1 kg, like this. So these are the stones. So that time also weights and measures of slate and stones were used. And where do we find these seals? We find these seals, even the seals of Mesopotamian civilization, excavated from Indus sites. What does this mean? That the seals which were used in Indus Valley civilization, even the seals were also used in Mesopotamian civilization, which is the modern Iraq nowadays called. And the seals of Mesopotamian civilization has been found in Indus Valley, which proves that there was a close contact of trade relations between these two countries. If we find something of other countries, those things present in our country, what does it prove? That there was a close connection of our civilization with those Mesopotamian civilization. And this has been proved by the remains found at Lothal in Gujarat. If we visit Lothal in Gujarat, we will find the remains of these seals there, which proves that Indus Valley had trade relations not only with Mesopotamia but also Egypt and other countries. So we cannot say that Indus Valley civilization was aloof from other or separated from other. We can say that Indus Valley civilization was linked and been related to other civilizations of that period. So children, these are all about this Indus Valley civilization. Up to here I stop. Again in the next lecture we will continue. One homework I am giving you, that you have to draw the picture of these seals in your history copy. So what is your assignment? That you have to draw the picture of the seals in your history notebook. Thank you.